You know, are you all ready? It is ready. Yeah, I did it on purpose. It's live. I'm just going to make sure. Gratitude-a-Thon. Yeah, it says. If you want, I can play one of the videos just to get it going. But should I play the other one? Was there going to be a place where we were going to play that? The girls may never go back.
You could.
I'll hit it now. Then that'll go.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
When I was a little girl, my mother told me stories about growing up during the Holocaust and World War II. Even though it was a brutally difficult time, the stories that stood out to me were about women helping other women through. My mom's life was saved because of those women, and eventually that meant going back to school for her. Staying in school is a simple act most of us take for granted. While this pandemic is a different enemy than a world war, it has caused unprecedented disruption and pain. Our world ground to a halt and schools shut down for millions of children around the globe. For many girls, that wasn't just a disruption, it was a direct threat to their safety. Sexual, physical, and domestic violence has skyrocketed, as has forced child marriage. With the poorest of the world's poor facing even greater economic stress, a hungry family can rationalize exchanging a girl for a day's supply of food. But our Girl Power Project team in Uganda that has kept over 20,000 girls in school over the years was not going to fail the girls now. Too much was at stake. The team found a way to deliver Girl Power Project curriculum by launching the Girl Power Hour radio show.
Hey everyone, we're live. How are you doing? All right, well, we are here. We had a little bit of audio echo there. I'll get that figured out in a little bit. Hi, how are you doing?
Good morning. Right. Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my big ugly sweater. Here you go. That's horrible, just for you.
And I'm wearing my Stop Know Me hat.
Hey, pretty sexy. Looks very good.
I like my ears.
Yeah, they're very nice. Very nice, very nice. So we've got a great program prepared for today. Pretty excited about that. And our goal for everyone watching, first of all, Merry Happy Holiday, Christmas, etc., all that stuff. Please share, connect in chat. I sent out a big message earlier today to my audience saying, hey, we're going to be live. And you've got some really, really interesting, cool news that you're going to be sharing. And we are also going to be talking about some of our health hacks, some of the stuff that's been going on this crazy, crazy year. So you want to cue that up?
Sure. Well, first of all, I would love for people to share where they are in the chat, who they're with on this crazy, crazy Christmas 2020. And if you stayed at home, if you're traveling, and just, first of all, I want to wish everyone a lot of luck and health and happiness and gratitude as we close out this year that hopefully we won't see again. And also, I am just so grateful that we put this together, and it's sort of last minute, but a really great way to say hi and bring a community together, because I think that's what we've really been missing this year is community. And if we can keep doing stuff like this, I love getting on camera with you. You make it so easy, Mike.
Yeah, well, here, I'm looking at some of the chat. I don't know if you see it in front of us here. We've got lots of old friends. We've got Patrick Zemer here. Hi, Pat. Good to see you. Arthur, got it set the setup. Yes, we're here in the fabulous setup. You'll see more of that. Davey Tyberski's on. And Tom Holden is here. Melanie Foster. Kay Sharesh, how you doing? There's Melanie. So yeah, lots of good friends from past and recent. This is beautiful. And Patrick's in West Palm Beach. So fabulous. Again, share where you are. And we'd love to hear from you.
You're with. And so I think we want to talk a little bit about what's been going on for us. And one of the things Mike wanted me to share with you is my organization, Just Like My Child Foundation. We have been working with thousands of adolescent girls in Africa over the last 15 years with a program we call Girl Power Project. And the thing that's been super exciting this year is the replicable curriculum we've been able to, let me see if this little thing works.
Yes, it does. Wait. And I'll show go back, hit the back button, not the forward button, the one below that. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's one. And then the next one was more a little bit about us. I'll show that screen for everyone. There's our happy holidays. We're not going to play the video yet. You just click two ahead. Because the first one is sort of like a summary of what we've been up to. Show that picture. What the hell? Go ahead. It's pretty. That's a little family shot there. We have done some adventuring in all of California.
Yeah, and I'd actually like to talk a little bit about that because as this pandemic had us shutting down in the very early spring, I had this idea of just getting into my car and starting to drive. And I think that a lot of people picked up on that fairly quickly afterwards. Like, where can we go? What can we do? Just because we're not supposed to be with a lot of people doesn't mean that we can't see this amazing country. And so one of the first things I did, and it was sort of my finding God experience, was I got in a car and drove to Sedona, Arizona, and it's the place that I just really sink into the energy and connecting with nature.
It was good. You came back a different person. It was awesome. Really was great.
I came back and I got you guys, and then we went and did it again.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
So we've been able to do some real bucket list things like that didn't require a whole lot of travel. We went to Bend, Oregon, which was a huge dream of mine also. And in the interim, we'll talk a little bit about what our adolescent son did. I want to talk definitely because I know it's of concern to so many people. We're not in a situation where we have toddlers at home and are homeschooling, and my heart goes out to everyone that's involved with that. But kids that are just on the brink of adulthood and stepping into college, and what do they do and how are we managing that? I think that that might be helpful and useful. But anyway, let's get back to.
Well, yeah, and I'll just add my 2 cents here. So for you watching right now, first of all, thank you for being here. Welcome. Again, make sure you introduce yourself in chat because we're using a product called StreamYard. There's a little bit of nerd time before we get into some of the meat, but we're using StreamYard. On my desktop machine, I'm using something called Ecamm, and it allows us to see all of your chats in real time from all the platforms. And we're right now going out to 4 Facebook locations, 2 YouTube, LinkedIn, and then to Periscope as well, which is shutting down in March, by the way. So as Vivian said, we're here because we want to celebrate the end of an insanely crazy year and just be totally transparent with you about lots of things we've been doing. So some of them are a couple of wins. Some of them are health and supplements. I'm going to share some really specific things. For example, we're going to talk about intravenous drips, peptides, how we've been maintaining our immune system throughout this crazy time and making sure we're well. No one in our immediate family has had, we haven't had any health problems at all, but we're maintaining that. We'll also talk about some intravenous things that I think are really valuable to know about, some integrative and alternative treatments that I think you'll find interesting. And then we're going to just answer questions and have some community and love you up and connect with you because that's really what this game's all about, right? It's that end of the year cheer.
Brian Edmondson is here.
Oh, very nice.
Suzanne Chardella, John O'Bacon,
Jono.
Bartlett Burson.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you. And he's got a lot of barf. What the hell? All right. Well, whatever. But yeah. What else are we gonna do here? Do you want to get into? Let's tell a little bit of storytelling because I think I'm gonna make sure that echo isn't happening. But why don't you set up the big win that you had this year? And I know that was this slide. No, it was this one right there. I'm going to show that. What happened? What was the big win?
So for 15 years, we've been working with adolescent girls in Africa. And what really drove us to do this work was, I went over to Uganda in 2006 and saw that there were major issues with maternal health, mortality, HIV, AIDS, education, etc. And of course, financial, economic, poverty, and started working for a number of years and started to see that no matter what you did, you couldn't build a school building, you couldn't build a hospital unless all of that was just infrastructure. It wasn't really dealing with the problem. And so what ultimately we saw is that if you didn't intervene in the life of an adolescent girl before she dropped out of school, before she was forced into child marriage or early pregnancy, she became the problem instead of the incredible solution that girls can be. And so we watched and we ended up creating a program called Girl Power Project, which is a replicable curriculum that is now proving to keep girls in school, avoiding forced child marriage, rape, disease, etc. And the big win is that we were able to partner with Texas A&M University. We had professors and postgraduate students come to the ground, work with us for 6 weeks, go and interview community members and girls and police and healthcare workers, and basically came back proving that this model changes the attitudes towards girls and the outcomes for them. And so we are so excited. This is the world of my geek, is together with very prominent professors at Texas A&M University. We've been published in the Journal of Universality of Global Education Issues on the community level impact of a female empowerment program in Uganda, which basically helps us create the gold standard for how to transform the way that the feminine is perceived within a community. And so we'll be able to talk a little bit about why we feel that enables us to go to the next level of bringing this program. We started working with a community in Native American community in 2020 and are beginning to in India we'll go deeper in 2021, which we're so excited about. 100 million girls
All right.
to impact.
And and just from a big win perspective, my take on this is after spending 15 years in the harshest of environments, building the system, not getting a lot of support, but getting local support, meaning donations mainly, you were able to prove this, get it validated by a major institution. And now it's ready to roll out worldwide. It actually works. And there have been so many failures, so many people who haven't been able to do it. So with that, do you want to talk a little bit about the video I'm going to roll and, some of the people that participated? Because it's a little bit of a celebration. And then we're going to get into more Q&A and all the other great stuff that we promised.
Sure. So you'll hear a little bit more about the data at the beginning of this video, but what happened was I got a huge stack of letters from a number of the girls that were supporting in Uganda through what we call our Mandela Project. It's our more advanced program of supporting girls in school. And one of the most prominent things that has happened, COVID has impacted the entire planet. In Uganda and in Africa, schools shut down and girls had to go home from boarding school, stay home from day schools, and it put them in a much more vulnerable position. But because of the work that we've been able to do, many of them that we're working with have have thrived. So we got this stack of letters, and they were just, to me, they jumped off the page of what life has really been like and the impact we've been able to make. And so I asked a number of my very good friends, whom you'll recognize and hear, JJ Virgin, Natalie Jill, Lisa Sasevich, and a number of others, to do a read of some of these letters. And it's just a super uplifting little video.
All right, so I'm going to play that right now. Let's make sure we don't have any echo this time.
Hi there. I am so excited to celebrate some really great news. The data and results of our work with Texas A&M University have been academically published in a peer-reviewed journal. Over 20,000 girls have gone through our Girl Power Project curriculum, a replicable program designed to keep girls in school, early pregnancy, rape, disease, and so much more. We call it a social vaccine, and the data shows that they've been effectively inoculated from the harmful cultural practices that have held them back in the past. And it's all because of amazing donors like you who supported this work. Today, we're going to celebrate some of our extraordinary girls and their sponsors. I just got this great stack of letters from our Mandela-sponsored girls who put through the equivalent of high school. And it just shows the grit and resilience that you've helped them to grow, especially during this COVID pandemic. So I've asked some of my best friends and strongest supporters to read you just a few of them. Dorcas writes.
Joan writes.
Jahar
It's working now.
Margaret writes.
Miriam writes.
Maria writes.
Fiona.
I once thought the time for exams was to come when I was well prepared and I hoped for success. But when the pandemic spread all over the world, I was afraid that maybe I wouldn't make it.
Everything seemed to be amiss, and I was really suffering from depression because no one around me showed me love.
The COVID-19 has affected students, especially girls and parents. Many girls have already gotten pregnant, and I'm convinced it was not their destiny.
Some of them lost motivation, and some of them got pregnant because their parents forced them to get married in exchange for a little bit of food.
They are forced into marriages without their consent. Some parents strike their daughters, scare them, treat them cruelly, and force them to enter the eternal fire of unwanted marriage because of COVID-19.
This year has challenged me seriously because I did not go to school for 2 full terms, but I have not lost hope of going back to school.
I felt all alone in the world. As I was sitting one day, the Girl Power Project, just like my child, came to my rescue.
But I remember that you believe that I will be successful at everything.
Even though it's a very tough period, living a life full of struggles. I am so thankful for the Just Like My Child Foundation that has not abandoned me.
I am fine because the Just Like My Child workers have helped me to endure this difficult time.
Life has not been so difficult because we have been getting support from the Girl Power Project, like food, menstrual supplies, among others, and they have been visiting us several times.
They brought salt, soap, and many other things. And again, home felt like heaven.
They give me resources for my daily needs, so I do not have to use my body to get them.
These have enabled me to not get off track like most of my fellow girls who dropped out and are not coming back to school.
Also, the Girl Power staff kept teaching us and fellow girls through the radio. They taught us about nutrition, violence against girls, and so many topics.
They gave me courage and told me it's not the end of life.
And then I raised my faith, believing that I would be allowed to take those final exams because I know that I will make it due to your support.
The main reason why I've written this is to inform you that during the COVID lockdown, when I could not be in school, I made a lot of progress in becoming an entrepreneur at the Missouri Design Hub.
And the other thing to tell you is that I had a girl power club and taught fellow girls. They were very nice and friendly, so they learned very well. I taught them about staying in school and peer mentoring.
I've learned very many types of fashion, such as skirts like pencil, round, A-shaped, fish, gather, splits, and more. Don't you see that I'm soon becoming a superstar of Uganda in designing?
And they are the reason why I'm still standing and why I have hope for the future. I am standing strong because of their efforts.
They advise and guide me. I thank you for what you are doing for me. May God reward you, bless you.
I am really very happy because I am what I am because of you.
Thank you a lot, because you are the one who made me what I am now.
And it has all been the support from Just Like My Child through their talks and other materials that they have managed to bring us. Long, long live the Just Like My Child Foundation members and the organization itself.
Thank you to each one of our Mandela sponsors who have stuck with their girl year after year, making these extraordinary results possible. Our success over the past 15 years would not have been possible without you and these donors. And what a great way to celebrate this holiday season by helping us to transform the world one girl at a time. Please help us make a difference. Just $100 will help keep one girl in school during this crazy pandemic. $500 will help us keep 5 girls in school. Even a $20 monthly donation will make all the difference. Visit justlikeMychild.org/stay-in-school. Click the link, do it today. Help us transform the world, one girl at a time.
There we go. We're back. Well, great job. Great job on that.
That was so much fun to do.
Yep. And there we go. A lot of Clay just says, so amazingly proud of you and your work. Well done. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So a lot of support out there. Also saw Andre Norman. He's the guy who works with Joe Polish getting men and women out of prison and helping them reinvent themselves afterwards. Want to give him a huge shout out for his work. Love you, man.
Wow.
So let's talk a little bit just before we get into some of the life stuff that we were going to do. Why don't you talk a little bit about what's going on? And I've got a couple images here from India as well. What's going on with India? I know Ariel's about to do a big drive for you. And for anyone who doesn't know Ariel Ford, she is a longtime friend, our son's godmother, publicist of Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Neil Donald Walsh, Don Miguel Ruiz, Louise Hay for over 15 years before she left that business. And now she does other things. But why don't you talk just a little bit about India?
Well, first of all, just to wrap up that video, the issues that have been going on are so extreme, and millions of girls may never go back to school as a result of this pandemic. And so our real year-end push, which you saw there, just like mychild.org/stay-in-school, is all about the incredible work that our team on the ground has been able to do to make sure that that doesn't befall the girls that we work with. And with regards to India, there are 100 million girls in India. There's 1.4 billion people in the country. It's an extraordinary country. It's fascinating. It's like a different world in so many ways. If you haven't had the opportunity to go when all of this is behind you, it would be an amazing journey. But girls there face incredible odds. I'm sure if you follow the news at all, you hear about wife burnings, the rapes that don't go punished, the incredible resistance that girls have, that parents have to keeping girls in school. They're the first ones that are forced out. And yet we all know a bunch of brilliant Indian girls. And so Arielle Ford is having her birthday next week, next Tuesday, and she is launching the All Arielle Wants for her birthday is Girl Power Project to come to India. So now that we know about the studies and the data, and we know that it can work anywhere, we are going to be endeavoring to start small, but that's how it all starts, and to really go into this incredible, incredible country.
Yeah, it's I know when we went there, we had a fantastic time, and it really is a breakthrough place. So the bottom line is, you've got a system. It's being replicated. I think of it as a self-replicating operating system you install in girls at an early age, keeps them safe, keeps them in school, turns them into remarkable women who get to make choices about their lives instead of being slaves.
Well, and the truth is, I feel very passionately about this, especially as we're in the midst of a global health crisis, is that all of the greatest issues that are facing the planet today, financial issues, healthcare, family health, environmental, education, can all be solved if girls are empowered, if they have control over their body, over their uterus. You know, it's a huge impact on population control, which has a huge impact on the environment and on the planet. And so I think our life depends on it. It's not just a nice thing to do. It is a nice thing to do, but I'm pretty much putting my weight on my life depends on empowering girls.
And there you have it. Highlight each year. So what do you say we change gears just a little bit and move into some of the other stuff we were talking about providing? What do you think of that?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, great. So we have some goodies in front of us here. And I suggest we go back and forth a little bit and share some of our favorite things that have made an impact on our life. And then we'll also talk about, let's talk a little bit about school and college, going back in school and dealing with this crazy world, and a little bit of what's going to be coming up next, because I always do my annual predictions webinar. This year it's going to be my 10th, and I'm going to really get into how to prepare yourself in your business and go deeper in techie things. But right now we'll talk about stuff that we have in our family that's extending from our immediate family and beyond, because in your case, you've had a few family members who've been sick, but we've been staying healthy because I think we've been using some really remarkable tools. And I'd like to share some of those tools. So should I begin with one of my faves, or do you want to start?
Well, I'll start.
Okay.
So, and I think I read a lot about this. I read a lot about the health, the treatment, the way that COVID is transmitted, et cetera. There's obviously a lot of viewpoints across the board. But I think the number one thing that is available to anybody is to really, really boost your immune system, because we see over and over again the people who are the sickest, potential to die, have pre-existing conditions, which really are a series of autoimmune issues. And the number one most important thing, it's in the data, everyone is talking about it, is vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought in my little vitamin D thing. Where is it? Because
you've got a box of goodies here.
So
yep,
it's my little vitamin D.
Yeah, here, why don't you hold the label up to the camera there?
I'm never sure where I'm supposed to.
Right there is perfect.
Oh,
yep.
I did
Okay.
a great job.
And this is a little bit of a commercial. I'll hold it up too if you'd like. This is a brand. We actually know the founder quite well, Jonathan Lazat from Designs for Health. One of our, so this is Ultra 10K, vitamin D, Ultra 10K. We don't represent, nor do we get compensated for this. We just love their products and we use them like mad. So,
and lots of doctors use them like it is a pharmaceutical grade vitamin. So I would say number one, vitamin D. Get your vitamin D levels up. I learned long ago if your vitamin D levels are high, and there's a lot, I'm not a doctor, I'm not going to say, but let's say over 50, then it's unlikely you'll get sick. The other thing that we've been using quite a bit are these immune pack supports that have vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and different kinds of amino acids. And I mean, we just have the good news is we haven't gotten sick at all because we're completely filling up on these things.
And one of the things that's in here, if I remember correctly,
that quercetin is, I know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure that's in there, but that is one of the elements that
I'm looking for it right
COVID
now.
fighting.
Yep. Yeah. Quercetin, it's right here, 50 milligrams along with the C complex. I don't know if that's enough, but the net is...
Take a couple of them.
Yeah, these things are really, really good. Again, we're not doctors. We don't play them on TV. Do all your research, blah, 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 blah. But great products. We take these things and we feel great. We also have our... this is my cocktail, my daily cocktail of supplements. So we've got our docs, our... functional medical docs give us a prescription for maintenance, and I just take a big old handful of these every day. But I also want to share one of my favorite things that's made a big difference. We'll talk about intravenous, and then also this here. Now, this does require a doctor's prescription. I shoot myself up every morning with thymosin alpha-1. It is a peptide. Now, what is a peptide? Look it up. There are lots and lots of different peptides, but what I've found increasingly when you go down the rabbit hole, talk to functional medical doctors, as well as anyone who's involved in the stem cell world, peptides are used on an increasing basis to improve every part of your body, and they're specialized peptides. Now, thymosin alpha-1, look it up and learn more. There's also some that increase your sexual function. But I notice when I have this little shot, and I alternate, meaning I'm not taking it every single day. They recommend that you have off times because sometimes peptides become less effective if you're taking them all the time. But I've noticed I've increased and improved my mindset, mood, energy, and it's immediate. Vivian, do you want to talk a little bit about the weekly intravenous work we've been doing, and also a little secret that we can share with folks as well?
A little secret?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that has been happening with me is I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's because I'm me. Maybe it's my genetic thing. Some days I wake up and I feel great. And some days I wake up and I can't seem to quite access my brain. And it's very fuzzy in there. And one of the things that I happen to trip on is something called NAD.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nicotine. It is the precursor to mitochondrial function. And we have been lucky enough to source a clinic in San Diego that is enabling us to have the NAD IV drips for basically paid for through insurance, which is almost unheard of. So you may not find that in your community, but it basically works on, it's about a 10-pack that you need to do in order to really start seeing a change. NAD has proved extraordinarily helpful with suppressing addiction as well. So it's used with people who are in rehab in a different way than we've been able to access it. But one of the sneaky little things that I want to talk about is it's a crazy time for kids, really, really crazy. If you have a kid, if you have an adolescent, if you have a college kid, it's a very surreal time for them. And with our son, anxiety is the catchword of their entire generation. And without a doubt, it's been something that he's been facing. He's been getting to know himself, self-realization, self-actualization, and that anxiety is real. And so one of the things that we've been able to start with him, rather than a pharmaceutical treatment for anxiety, is NAD. And we just started it, but I have to say it's a pretty remarkable shift in terms of just better sleep, calmer, more agreeable, better outlook on life. And it's just something that feeds your body and helps you feed your own cells.
Right. And what I'm going to do right now on here, you'll see on screen, I just popped up. I just searched for NAD treatment here. So this is a company that's displaying this, but if you go down the rabbit hole, it describes what it is. So it's nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, coenzyme present in almost all cells in your body, fuels metabolic reactions forward, similar to gas in your car. Here's the net.
That's what it feels like, gas in my car, gas in my brain.
Yeah. It just, everything is better with NAD.
Out of pain. That is remarkable.
And our sleep is better. Our mood's better. And anyone who's dealt with addictions, they are very, very successfully using this. And I definitely notice it. Like the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, sometimes I'm like, I'd love to have a drink. It's like,
Not me. I never feel that way.
Yeah. And I don't feel bad about it. Like, I like having an adult beverage at the end of the day. We do for sure. But what I've noticed with NAD is it's like, man, I don't need it. It's like, this feels great. So it's great. Can't recommend it enough. And talk to your functional medical doctor if you have one, and see if you can get it covered by insurance. Really remarkable. I do have one more thing. You ready? Okay. So this is another thing. You can just buy them on Amazon. Okay, there's a couple of them. They are liposomal vitamins from Quicksilver. That's the name of the company. This is the liposomal ultravitamin. And like what I do every morning, I don't have my little teaspoon with me, but I just open them up. I take a little sip. I'm going to take a sip, and then you'll talk for a moment, Vivian. Stand by. Say something.
Well, on cue then. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is we are all sitting around a lot. And it is, I feel like this is going to be the next health crisis for this country and the world, is that we're just not moving as much. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was just staying fit when you're at home. And I know that we've all discovered the online classes. My friend Bree Arkitsinger is the founder of Betty Rocker. I've been doing Betty Rocker's classes. I know this is not available to everyone, but the app is. The thing that has kept me sane through all of this is our Peloton. I was a very early adopter. As soon as I saw that bike, they were promoting it 2.5 years ago. I followed it around until Mike got me one for my birthday. And we love it. If you think about three sports club memberships, going to yoga classes, going to all of these different workout classes, it's really a bargain. The thing about Peloton that's also amazing is the community, the support, the instructors, and there are classes for everything. And I know for sure I would have put on the COVID 19, right? At least a lot of people I see walking around looking a little puffier than they did, which is, just terrible for your health. So anyway, I just highly, highly encourage, get motivated, make a commitment to yourself, even if they're streamable virtual classes you can find online for free. I also do the Core Power live yoga classes. And yeah, I mean, it stinks. I get up, I go upstairs, I put my yoga mat out, I'm all by myself. But once I turn on the screen, I am...
You're not alone. You're not alone.
That's right.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah. And you look fabulous, I must say.
And Zach's on the Peloton also. Put your kids on there.
Mm-hmm.
And shut the door and go away.
Yeah. And the other thing that's great about the Peloton is it tracks score. You can sync it with your Apple Watch if you have a watch. Speaking of that, I got you an Apple Watch, the latest version, the Apple Watch 6, which now measures blood oxygenation levels. Oxygenation levels. There. First day with the new mouth, but it's really a good gadget. So I'm going to go back here, just finish up this thing because I find them tasty. So there are 4 liposomal, which basically means they absorb better than taking traditional vitamins that I like. Here's what they are. Brand, Quicksilver. This one is the liposomal ultravitamin. This is #1, best one you can get. I feel freaking amazing when I take this, and they work better than any traditional oral supplement in a capsule, and it's fast. Like, I feel better in 15 minutes. If you want an energy boost, the ultravitamin, #1. Next one that's great, vitamin C. Obviously, it's going to help you with your immune system. Next one, they're glutathione. Normally, I do intravenous glutathione, which feels freaking awesome. Really good for detoxing. Also,
liver flush.
Yep. But they have one that is glutathione. I notice a difference with that, and I've done, I've shot it myself. I get it.
I've shot him too.
Yeah, and I probably deserved it. But I mean, I don't mind giving myself a needle. Here's one I just started 2 days ago, but I like how it tastes. It's very cinnamony. It's called AMPK Charge Plus Metabolic Activator. So I read about it. I can't read these tiny, tiny little letters here, but I definitely noticed a little happy buzz when I took it.
I can help you with that.
Great. I don't know. You can't. I was just looking at the ingredients.
Oh yeah.
The net is this.
Oh, there's quercetin in here. There's quercetin.
Oh, there is. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why I got it.
That means you're going to live forever.
Fabulous. Okay.
Just like this, just like you are in your ugly Christmas sweater.
Well, and let's just put this in perspective. 8 years ago, I had stage 3A colorectal cancer. I was a gray skinned 150-pound freak with a 27-inch waist.
And I had to live with it.
Yeah. Poor you. And now, with all these things we're doing, it's made a huge difference. So, anything else?
The longevity thing.
We're really committed to it. So stick with us, kids. All right, that's what I got for supplements. We talked a little bit about gadgetry and tech and things that improve our lives. I'll add one more, even though it caused a problem. A few months ago, we bought electric bikes. Love electric bikes. I started going out and I'd be gone like 60 miles. I could travel all over San Diego, had the best time. So I found a shortcut. I'm going on a trail. And 4 weeks ago, it'll be 5 weeks this Saturday, I hit some very smooth, shiny stones and then missed a rock, but hit a rock. I didn't end over, landed on my shoulder, and I fractured my collarbone, which is the worst pain ever. And it's been painful to say the least. Now, there have been 2 gadgets, and check this out. I can't believe it. Susan Treadgold just put something up.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, and it's right around the corner. So I'm going to give you a couple gadgets that I really, really like. And I'm going to step out just for a brief moment and get them and come back. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot these 2 things. But you're going to talk just for a moment while I go out and get them. Are you ready? You ready? And there. I'm going to get two props. Be right back. Vivian, take it away.
Well, it's just us now. So, yeah, it's been a pretty extraordinary thing to see him go through this level of pain. We did do a little bit of traveling around my birthday, and that was really, really difficult to see him struggle. But what I've been really impressed with is how he has managed self-care, because I hope there's some women listening, because sometimes it's a little bit difficult to watch men go through their painful processes. They complain and don't do too much, some of them. However, Mike has really been doing a lot of self-care, and he, of course, is a gadget hound. And so, Susan, I think you'll really enjoy this conversation about the Healy as well.
Okay, so there are two gadgets. If you're not familiar with this, and I'm going to put a link down here. Stand by. I'm going to put it in chat for you so you've got it. mrbz.com/ okay, check out there. So this is a gadget. It's called a Healy. I put up the link. So there's a link in chat right now, and it's up on the screen. This is a little gadget that it's got probes you can hook up and then put pads on you. It's like using a TENS unit. And also it does stuff wirelessly. It talks to your phone through Bluetooth, and you can download all sorts of programming modalities to it. So it uses subtle energy and currents to effectively rewire your body, your brain, your nervous system, and a whole bunch of other stuff I simply do not understand. I know some of the technology is based on some things that like Tesla and Rife, some of these guys had figured out, which has to do with, if you think about it, we are energetic, spiritual, physical beings, and we respond to certain types of frequencies. So imagine if you could calculate like a multiplex frequency, like a symphony that would entertain different organs or your brain or different parts of your body. This thing supposedly does that. Here's what I can tell you. Ever since I fractured my collarbone, I have been putting this on every single day. I also set up some programs that run at night, and I am sleeping through the night without waking up for 8 to 9 hours every night. And in the past, look, I'm 54 years old. If you're dealing with sleep issues, this thing has been a little miracle tool. So for sleep, and also it appears resetting my body, I'm noticing a big difference. Device number 2. Now, this is a gadget. I'll give you the link for this. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Well, maybe you can type it in, Vivian. Look up Zenergy Healing Co. All right.
Should I type it in?
Open up a web browser and then copy and paste that link in. So this bed. This is the doodad. Okay, so it's a big bed, and I'll see if I can get to camera 1. You can see this thing. It's a thing you lay on. You can see it here, and what it does is this thing is filled with. First of all, it connects to AC, and then you lay on it if you're in pain. It's got heat. It also has infrared and photonic something. I can't remember all the technical stuff. And then each one of these pads, maybe you can't see it in camera here. I'll turn to my camera, this one here. Maybe you can see inside. They've got like crystals. There's amethyst and quartz, and each one's supposed to align with chakras. Here's where I'm out of my league, ladies and gentlemen. I like woo-woo as much as the next guy, but here's what's important. I lay on this thing, I turn it on, it heats me up, it sends in some positive, happy stuff, and I am pain-free after I lay on it, and I sleep better, I'm less crabby, and I will tell you that after having a fractured collarbone, it is the most painful experience I've had. Like, it's worse than cancer, honestly. And for the first 2 weeks, I was miserable. I wanted to be medicated.
No, you weren't, honey.
Oh, yeah. It was not fun. It was not fun at all. So those are my gadgets, healing, happy gadgets. Any other commentary about these things that you want to add?
I don't think so, but I want to give a shout out to David Tyberski, who went online and made a donation at justlikeMychild.org/stay in school so that a girl could stay in school and we could help her.
I love it. I love it. Nice job, Davey. Thank you as usual. He's always been a great supporter. And for anyone else who happened to do that, thank you. Very kind of you. And there you go.
Actually, when you're on there, once you make a donation, you can go and print off a gift certificate for someone that you can give them that you made a donation in their name.
Ooh, what a great idea.
A last minute gift idea that's better than another ugly sweater.
Yep. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little llama love here. There you go. There you go. That was llama love. All right, lady. I think we have fulfilled the goals. Did you have something else? What else do you have?
I do. I think this has been super helpful for me last year, and I know everybody's doing it now. Whatever. I'm not going to make excuses for it. What is your word for 2021?
All right, let's ask everyone who's watching right now that same question. So type it in chat. What's your word for 2021? And
I think the guidance is, what is it that you want? What is your soul's deepest desire? What if at the end of 2021 you were able to look back and say, yes, I rode this word throughout the year and it was at the core of every endeavor that I undertook. So,
all right, I like that. I'm gonna plus it. Okay, so let's just say that we were meeting back here exactly a year from today, doing this all over again. What needs to happen in your life personally and professionally for you to feel happy with your progress?
Right.
I would love to know that in chat. Suzanne Chardella, she just said, And so Ben, check this out. I'm seeing some good words. So put in your word and also what needs to happen. So I got a great one right here. This was Ben, expansion. Okay, from Ben Altadonna. Okay, so we got Suzanne. 2020 has been strength. Nicely done. Okay, I like that. We've got abundance from Susan Treadgold. That's a good one. Brian Edmondson, opportunity. Yes, I like opportunity. So Vivian, I want you to think about yours. What is yours? Love to know what that is.
Well,
delegate from Suzanne. That's good.
Okay. I like that.
That's a good one. All right.
Good one. So my word for 2020 has been God, and finding God and unity consciousness and source, which is actually love, in everything that I do. And it's kind of why I hit the road and why I really felt so much expansion and peace of mind in 2020, regardless of everything else that was going on. So super grateful for that. And my word for 2021 is, I've sort of spent the year thinking a lot and sort of nesting, and my word for 2021 is yes. Yes.
Wow.
Saying yes to opportunity, opening up from closed-mindedness, doing things that I don't necessarily want to do, but I just know intuitively are the right move for me, not being so afraid that saying yes will lead me into things that I could always take a step back, right? So it's not the eternal giving in. So yes.
Okay. Well,
Well, what do you think of that?
I love it.
All
I
right.
think it's great. It seems very you. I think you did a great job with the God thing this year. You definitely, some things that we can't publish and go public with happened. And it was because we were very much in sync with our own mental, spiritual expansion. So here, this is funny. Suzanne said something funny, which is might be no, so I can focus.
Oh, that goes
Well
along
done.
with delegate, right?
Yeah, well done. Okay, so mine is collaborative. What I want to say is it's collaborative growth. It's not one word, but it is where my heart and my mind have been, which is, I'm building this great little team, and we're really locked into where we want to go over the next year. And it's going to come through collaborative multiplication or collaborative amplification, but it's where we achieve multiples together. And for a while, I was really, kind of pulling back in and simplifying, creating elegance with the fewest moving parts. And now I feel a little more comfortable with, just working with the super team that I've been building, and it's fun. I've got a great team. I really love them. I enjoy working with them, and we're doing fun things together, and I get excited about it, right? And it just so happens they're millennials, and I'm really loving. I've tapped into figuring out how to really get out of my own way, get out of my own ego, and listen and be a student with younger people, and that's been a lot of fun. And so there we go. Here, a couple more that I see come up. Michelle says, freedom to do and be all the things that work in my highest good for all aspects of my life. Love that. And then Suzanne comes back, focusing on doing what I'm great at, focusing on my genius. So again, more of what I would love to hear is if you and I come back here a year from today, for you, what needs to happen personally and professionally for you to feel happy, satisfied with your progress. You've been working on your new book, making progress. It's really good. Impressed with what you're writing about. You've hit this state of success with the foundation where you've been acknowledged and recognized by an educational institution and been validated. And now going international, another international. This is expansive international. And you figured out how to survive in times of a pandemic, which none of that's easy. So if you and I were sitting back 1 year from today, tell me a little bit about what you would love to see happen.
Peace on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Goodwill to man.
Okay.
All children thriving. But personally, I would like to finish my book, which is all about finding my own voice and how that helped tens of thousands of girls find their own. And that's really sort of an eat, pray, love meets social impact story. And I would like to launch a writing group. So I've created something called the Oasis Writing Group, and I want to get it out there. I want to collaborate. I think it's the same thing. The collaboration and the community is super important. I would really like to see our son Zach launched into college, and he's been taking a gap year this year, which we feel so blessed about in this crazy time. And experiences. I mean, my huge joy is experiences. So if we get to go to India, as this Girl Power Project is launching in India, that is, those are all pinnacle experiences for me.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. I'm seeing some great.
Yes. Anybody who wants to join my writing group, let me know. Oasis Writing Group.
Okay. Yeah. So Susan said something. So Susan, just send Vivian a private message and see she'll chat with you and see if you're a right fit. All right. I saw some nice comments come in here. Again, keep them coming. Keep them coming. If you've got something specific that you want for yourself, again, imagine yourself 1 year from today meeting with us, maybe around a nice cup of, I just had a fabulous cup of chai not too long ago. It was fantastic. Vivian had her requisite cup of coffee. I think I'm going to have another chai today, as a matter of fact. And we could go out for a nice walk when we're done. How would that be?
I think that would be lovely. One of the things that I'm curious about knowing also is this fun and useful for you? Like if we were going to do something like this on an ongoing basis, what would you want to know? And what information can we provide and what support?
Yeah, share it, thumbs up, all that kind of thing. In fact, I'm gonna
Bija Bennett, what the heck?
Yeah.
Where are you? That's crazy. All right, Bija, you're in. Where are you? Are you in Colorado?
All right, waiting for the update. Okay, I'm gonna do mine really fast. Crazy. So a year from today, so my team and I met a couple days ago, and we really laid out what we want for 2021. And we are about to do something really interesting. I'm doing the Big Leap year with Gay Hendricks, and we're going to deliver a mastermind using VR. I'm super excited about that. So using, like right now, as long as we can't travel, doing video is nice, but what if we amped it up one level and you'll actually be able to meet each other and feel connected and intimate in a virtual environment? And it's pretty profound. So we're doing some really good stuff with that. The next thing that we have some specific numbers that we want to achieve. Now, why is that? It's not about the money, but what it is about is freedom and simplicity and elegance. And one thing that you and I have done this year, we took a lot of time off. We traveled in state, but what I want to do with my team is we're going to be doing different types of business where we're going to essentially do collaborations with businesses and have them pay us a percentage based upon our results. And we're setting up a pool. And one of the ideas we have is everyone, what we all have in common is having land, having property, being kind of off the grid, and being able to set something like that up. So there's going to be incentives that revolve around adventure and, what happens. So that's some of the ideas. Again, creative collaborations, we're being multipliers, and we're coming up with different business models that can exist in post-pandemic or pandemic times and still be abundant. So, from a messaging perspective, just helping more small businesses do that. Jeff Moore just joined us a moment ago. It's so good to see Jeff Moore, and he is on LinkedIn. Peace, brother. So that's one of them. And then on a pure personal level, it's just getting in really great shape again as soon as this collarbone fracture has repaired itself. And I know both of us are very committed to our health. It's just not waking up in pain and growing old, and at some point dropping dead. No getting older. I don't want to age. I just want to hit the limit and fall off the edge,
So on that note.
Yeah, I know. That to me is a happy topic though. Totally. And there we go. Melanie says I want to be a part of that as well. Fabulous. So we can bring this ship home in just a moment.
La 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 la.
Okay, we'll do a little review of what we covered today. So the first one was
my Sup Nomi hat.
Yep, Sup Nomi. There we go. Turn to that side. Yeah, turn your head that way so people can see the sup. There you go. All right. So we open up, we talked about the fact that you got acknowledged, recognized by a big college. Then we talked a little bit about kids and college and dealing with anxiety, especially we've got a kid who just turned 18, and anxiety seems to be the word of the year. And we also, that's something very kind that Jeff said. Thank you, my brother. Very nice. Jeff Moore, always great to see your smiling, happy icon of a face from LinkedIn. And then we went into our supplements, our life hacks, our health hacks, what we recommend there. Exercise, you're still a big Peloton fan. So am I when I'm on it. Can't do it right now for another couple of weeks probably. And we also talked about the Healy. Boop, boop. Fabulous little gadget. The Zenergy Energy Mat. Very cool. And then a little bit of our future paced, what do we want for ourselves and our word of the year for next year. So what else you got, baby? Anything else you want to add before we park this ship?
I just want to wish everyone a super healthy holiday season. There is an enormous amount of fear out there. My God venture in 2020 was to, when the fear really came up, is to choose love. And that is what I want to leave everyone with. Choose love. When you see that, it means processing the fear and moving towards love.
Aren't you just a sweet thing?
I am.
You are. And I do want to give a shout out to Colin Weeb, who's watching right now. Good to see you, Colin. Haven't heard from you in a long time. Definitely give me a ping pong, bing bong there. And Vivian's waving to you. So, and we should also give Trisha a big shout out. Trisha is in the background right now. I wish we
could see her.
Well, I can add her. Just here's what I'm going to do. There she is. And
Trisha, show him your shirt.
Show your shirt.
We got Santa's helper here.
Turn that thing on. Yes. Woohoo! That thing is awesome.
That's the cutest thing.
Yeah. I love it. There we go.
Thank you, Trisha.
Yeah. All right.
I know she looks like she's 12 there. That's so cute.
She's got that. Yep. She's sweet as heck. So, well, we're officially going to send you along. Have yourself a very merry, happy holiday, Christmas, et cetera, and so on and so forth. Follow us. I know one thing, if you're not on my personal mailing list, I've got a couple of quick little shout outs. We'll drop these in chat. I have an event I'm doing next Tuesday. It's post-pandemic. It's a whole masterclass designed to get you educated, excited about how to build and grow your business during post-pandemic and pandemic times. Got a whole bunch of really great tools I'm going to be sharing. And if you're not a regular subscriber to my podcasts, one's called Capability Amplifier. I'm going to just drop in some boilerplate text for you. So stand by for that. It's BL Pod, which is my Big Leap podcast with Gay Hendricks, and CAPOD. There it is. There's the Capability Amplifier podcast as well. Well, I don't know what to tell you about those, except I get to work with a freaking genius.
Welcome to the Capability
What the
Amplifier,
hell?
the show for business owners and entrepreneurs who want high performance
Turn
upgrades
it
for
off.
their
That's
brains,
your phone.
bodies, and
There we
bank
go.
accounts.
Thanks, Vivian.
I don't know why that happened.
I don't know. You clicked it.
I didn't click it.
So that's one of them. And then there's also, that's the Big Leap podcast. And then the other one, of course, is Capability Amplifier. But
Well, that was right on time.
it was. Well done, ma'am.
I know what happened.
Anyway.
You told Siri to do it.
Oh, so
Not
good.
that anybody's listening to us or their
Siri,
entire lives haven't
Siri's-
been hacked.
Siri's so good. There we go. Well, anyway, grab those. They're fun and a lot of great tools that we'll give you. Okay, so I'm going to turn to this camera. We can turn to this camera and wave. See, isn't that fun? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put up a still image. Look at this still image. Thank you. Happy holidays from Mike and Vivian. And then one more clicky clack. Boom. There's our little graphic-y deals. One more time with us.
Made by Trisha.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that pretty? Great
And
job,
nice
Trisha. Nice job. All right. Well, the rest is up to you. Have a great rest of your day and tomorrow weekend. We will see you online. Cindy O'Sullivan just showed up. Nice little Aussie. Love to see her. And Mariana Juliet, thank you for being here too. And we love you. Thanks for spending some time with us. And we hope we added a little bit of value to your lives too. Okay. So long. Bye-bye.